Well, Americans and patriots, where it's hard to believe that someone like John Fetterman would become the voice of reason for the Democrat Party. And don't be surprised if they try to get someone to run against him to primary him out. You know, remember when he was a vegetable? He could barely move, and he needed a computer screen to communicate. They said, leave him alone. He's fit to serve. You're prejudiced against people with disabilities. Well, here we are. What he was doing to their servers, they liked him, even though he was almost half dead. Now that he's fully functional and he's standing up for the country, you can bet they're going to want to primary him out if they haven't. I'm trying to do that already. For John Fetterman to be one of the 3 Democrats to vote for the spending bill to make sure federal workers get paid, and work recipients and other federal government beneficiaries to get their money. What does that tell you about the state of the Democrat Party right now? He said, I don't have to agree with what they're doing, but I also believe in country over party. Our military soldiers should be getting paid. Our federal workers should be getting paid. People who are counting us to do the right thing should be getting their money. Now, which brings me to another point. As other federal benefits will be running out of money soon, and I hope it does. I hope this shutdown goes on a lot longer. Yeah, I know it may get ugly, but it has to get ugly before it gets better. We're going to see how independent a lot of these feminists are. You know, the delusional ones, I think, because they get all kinds of government assistance and they have a man in their life, they actually think they're independent. There's plenty of delusional people like that. My wife had a friend like that, and she's about as delusional as she gets. She never had a job in her life. I think at least 2 kids out of wedlock, 1 special needs, and she got every state federal benefit you could get, you can imagine. And she said, well, I'm an independent woman. I says, no, you're not. Independent people pay their own bills. They go out and work for a living. But this is a delusion that the Democrat Party and feminism has created in that wing of the party. And when these benefits start right now, whether it's Section 8 or the food stamp program or whatever program, let's just see how independent, I don't need a man, they are now. Let's see if they don't try to all of a sudden want their ex-boyfriend or husband to help out the kids because they're not as independent as they thought. Or they just start spreading their legs for the next man that comes along and hopes it will shack up with them and pay for their bills. Let's see how much shoplifting goes up when this happens. Especially as we approach the holidays. We will get to see feminism at its core. And hopefully we get end this ridiculous delusion that they've caused. No, listen, I don't like children starving, but you know what? I don't like people living off of me when I worked all my life. As they sit home and collect generation after generation of welfare benefits and never work a day in their life. And I don't want to hear no crap, they had a rough life, they had a tough life. How many immigrants legally came over here and were able to, with nothing, and were able to make a life of themselves, find a job? Heck, how many illegals came over here and found jobs and support themselves? All right? Yeah. Sometimes it has to get dark before people begin to see the light. I'm telling you right now, do all your shopping online this holiday season if it gets to where I think it may get going. I wouldn't go in any of these malls because the shoplifters, the thieves, and the desperate people will be out. And they'll take your bags not knowing what's in them. And if they don't need it, they'll probably sell it on eBay and get whatever money you can. Anyway, what's your opinion? I'd like to know. Your comments down below. Keep the country in prayer. We'll see you next video.